On this episode of All Star Shore, the drama with Trina reaches its climax, and possibly also its conclusion. Blake and James finally win their first Paradise game, and things get a little nutty between Angelina and Joey. I'm Lizzie Frizzle, and this is the Recap Corner. Today, we're talking about Season 1, Episode 5, called Shore Embarrassing. I think it's a play on So Embarrassing. Kind of like how I'm so embarrassed that after spending too much time trying to figure out what the episode title means, I couldn't come up with a single answer I felt confident in. It's the middle of the night, and Bethan and Marina are still deciphering the clues they have collected around the deserted beach shack in hopes of escaping Exile. Eventually, after a lot of note-taking, they correctly count the number of tally marks drawn on the walls of the shack and come up with the number 347, or 347, as the combination to open their locked box. Inside the box, there's a note. It reads, X marks the spot, or, spelled O-A-R, you can sit here and rot. Bethan immediately figures out that because of the spelling of or in the clue, they're obviously looking for an oar. Together, she and Marina search the beach for an X under which they can dig, but they don't find anything until after Bethan interrogates Willie D. It's one of my favorite parts of the episode. Bethan has picked up the volleyball so she can do her interrogation bit with it. And because the volleyball is in Bethan's hands, Marina can see the bottom of it, where she notices an X.
No wonder I had the glasses on. So I think I'm going to have these until you tell me where the X is. Fine. Once you tell us where the X is, you can have your sunglasses.
Right here, bitch! Yeah.
Oh, wait, where was he?
I thought it was a really odd design choice to put the X marks the spot on a moving target, but I really liked the organic way in which Bethan and Marina found it. That said, because the X is on a moving target and Bethan and Marina moved that target, they don't know where to dig. But then the scene just cuts forward and they are digging in the right spot. So I'm guessing a producer probably just told them, which I think is totally fine. A few minutes later, Bethan and Marina have dug up their oars and are now ready to make their escape. They're heading back to the shore villa via a rowboat. And I really love this moment, too, because the show presents the idea that Bethan and Marina are going to have to row this dinky little rowboat by themselves in pitch darkness back to the shore villa, wherever that may be. Meanwhile, at the shore villa, the cast dresses in pink for a rosé-themed party. Once the party is underway, Chloe questions Johnny about his future intentions with Bethan, even though they've only known each other a week. Johnny tells Chloe that Bethan makes him excited, which sounds about as non-committal and meaningless as possible to me, but it's enough for Chloe. For now. Later that night, the cast is drunk. I start to wonder if the producers are keeping them up in the hopes that Bethan and Marina make their return from Exile. People seem tired, people seem a little cranky, but regardless of that, it's time to play a game about guessing each other's secrets. Or rather, it would be time to play that game if Joey and Trina weren't talking as Chloe reads the instructions.
Oh, tequila! Everyone, we're gonna play a game. What is it? It's over there.
I'm not miserable. Look.
Hey guys, let's listen.
Please suck it.
I'm just bored. I think I want drama involved in.
We're gonna play a little
I think I
game,
just want
right?
drama.
So,
I'm bored.
The game is called Matches the Secret to the Show Mate.
You want drama, so you're trying to start drama with me for no reason.
Trina saying she's bored and wanting to start drama to alleviate that incites another Trina versus everyone argument. The second of the season? The third? Whichever number, this is the worst one yet. And I think part of the reason might be because earlier in the scene, someone says they're drinking tequila. In my experience, the most argumentative alcohol. Also the danciest. Here's the thing. Trina definitely instigated a lot of the drama that happened on the season so far, but in this particular instance, I'm fully on her team. Based on how the scene is presented to us, Trina is clearly joking about wanting to start drama to cure boredom. Contrary to what Joey tells the cast, we don't see her pick 3 arguments with him. And contrary to what Chloe screams at her, it's not disgusting to joke about starting drama on a reality show. Or even to actually start drama on a reality show. It's kind of part of what you're hired to do. Chloe continues, telling Trina that no one else in the cast wants to cause drama. I guess she forgot Angelina's there. Next, Vanjie gets involved. He's yelling at Trina. Then Johnny starts in, mostly just to be smug. But the worst part of the entire scene is that Chloe refers to Trina as girl.
Oh, I'm getting bored. Let me cause some
I'm
drama.
not being rude or anything. Can I actually ask a question to you, girl? Did you actually say that you were
Me or-
bored, you want to cause some drama?
Yeah, she said that.
Because if you have said that, that's fucking disgusting.
Even if you're fighting with someone, you can still show them the most basic level of respect and refer to them by their name. As the fight continues to escalate, suddenly all the power at the villa goes out.
Everybody know what messy is, and that's what that is.
Oh my god, what happened with the light? I can't see anything.
After the blow up, Blake calls Trina public enemy number 1 and tells us that he's glad he's not the one in that position. I thought this was a very pointed line coming from Blake because during his appearance on Bachelor in Paradise, he was the one in that position. So he knows what he's talking about. At around 1 a.m., Bethan and Marina finally arrive back at the Shore Villa. The power at the villa may be back on, but the cast's lights are out. Everyone is asleep after copious amounts of alcohol and arguing. Bethan and Marina are embarrassed for them.
Y'all can't party at all.
In the morning, the group catches up with Bethan and Marina, but really just Bethan because Marina continues to be criminally under-edited. Later, everyone rehashes the Rosé party as well as Trina's outcast status. Also, the coffee maker's broken. This scene kind of bugged me a little bit because I felt like, once again, no one was being fair to Trina. First, Joey calls her joke about drama starting to cure boredom cringy. But I don't see how it's any different than the joke he made a few episodes ago about being able to break up Angelina's marriage. Then later, Johnny tells Trina that now that she's admitted that she likes to start drama when she's bored, she's lost all her credibility with the cast. But that completely overlooks the fact that Trina was joking. There's also the fact that twice throughout the rest of this episode, someone says, "I'm bored, let's start some drama," as a joke, and it goes over well both times. So really, the cast should be thanking Trina for giving them a new catchphrase. After receiving the clue, time to take a stand, the cast arrives at Paradise Beach to play the next Paradise game, called Keg Stand. First, teams race to a wall, then dig out enough sand so they're able to crawl underneath it. On the other side of the wall, teams pump beer from 2 kegs into 2 pitchers until they overflow. Then they use the kegs to cross a portion of the beach without touching it. If you touch the sand, you have to start over. Once teams have successfully crossed the sand using their kegs, they pour another 2 pitchers of beer, then cheers them to finish the game. The first team to get all that done will win 30 points for their shore score, safety from Exile, the ability to nominate a team to play in the Exile game, and they earn the Paradise Reward. This time, it's a spa trip. And as always, the winners have the ability to invite one other team to join them on that reward. The slowest team to get all that done goes straight into the Exile game. I thought Keg Stand was another very successful Paradise game, and I'm just really impressed with the production design. I don't think it would be easy to come up with a bunch of alcohol-themed games that are both visually interesting to an audience and challenging for the cast. But so far, All Star Shore is knocking it out of the park. The best part about Keg Stand is seeing all the different approaches for how to best cross the beach. With a newly healed leg, Chloe and Potro attempt a classic log roll technique that doesn't really work well for either of them. Angelina and Joey attempt kind of a hybrid log roll where they face each other and hold on to each other's shoulders. I'd think that would be even harder, but for Angelina and Joey, it just works. The rest of the cast attempt variations of what looks to be a much simpler technique. Gigi and Karime stand the kegs upright and balance on them that way, while Bethan and Marina and Blake and James balance on the kegs horizontally. For a while, it looks like Ricardo and Vanjie are going to win their second consecutive Paradise game. That is, until Ricardo's little bitty pinky toe touches the sand and they have to start over from the very beginning. After that happens, Blake and James have a clear path to victory. No one else is anywhere close to them. All they have to do is not fall off their kegs and they're going to win. And what do you know? That's exactly what happens. Blake and James win their first Paradise game. They earn 30 points to their shore score, bringing their new total all the way up to 70 points. In second place is Trina and Johnny, their first time placing in any Paradise game. They earn 20 points, bringing their shore score to a total of 30. And in third place, it's another team that's never placed before, Gigi and Karime. They earn 10 points, bringing their shore score up to a total of 20. After needing to start over, Ricardo and Vanjie still finish in a respectable 4th. Then Bethan and Marina place 5th, and Angelina and Joey come in second to last in 6th place. After they finish, there's a really funny moment where Angelina goes to drink some of the beer, and she's surprised to find that the keg they just rolled across the beach over and over again produced warm beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god. It's piss warm. What the fuck?
Finally, in last place and heading into their second Exile game is Chloe and Potro. Despite their poor performance, Potro does do what I think is the most athletic and most impressive thing anyone does in the entire game. Out of frustration, he throws a keg and it lands upright.
Are you joking?
Back at the Shore Villa, Blake and James immediately start strategizing. They debate whether they should use the Paradise Reward to build an alliance with another competitive team, or if they should just ignore the game and have a fun day at the spa with Gigi and Camille.
I don't know, there's some strategy to this. You know, it's not as easy a pick as people think. Do we pick a team to become an ally with? Maybe invite them in the Paradise Reward tomorrow, a team that we are hoping won't ever put us into the Exile game? Or do we take Gigi and Camille? I stuck that up.
One thing that is clear, just a week into filming, this cast is horny. James tries to get a massage out of Camille to prove why she and Gigi should join him and Blake on the Paradise Reward, which is also massages. Then later, Joey does successfully get Angelina to lick Nutella off his finger. Suddenly, Vanjie enters the scene with what I think is a condom water balloon and immediately notices the flirting between Angelina and Joey, as does the rest of the cast. We skip forward in time a little bit, and Angelina and Joey are now both covered in Nutella, like maybe more than one jar's worth. With Angelina sufficiently hazelnutted, Joey moves on to Chloe, prompting Angelina to remind us about a conversation she had with Chloe back in the series premiere. Chloe told Angelina that she's always fancied Joey, but Angelina doesn't understand why Chloe's never pursued him if that's the case. Via confessional, Angelina tells us that when she's into a guy, she always gets him. And pretty easily, too. She says she doesn't have to lift a finger. And that may be true, but we know she's gotta lick one. That night, the cast is determined to have a party not ruined by drama. So Vanjie decides to host a drag ball competition. Each girl in the cast pairs up with a guy to help drag him up. Then the fledgling queens pick names for themselves, walk the runway, and perform a talent. Vanjie will pick which one is the best queen at the end of the competition. This is a really fun segment, and just about the entire cast seems genuinely really into it. Ricardo's wearing false eyelashes and looking really good doing it, I might add. Johnny's got a full face of makeup, also looking really good in it. James makes cleavage for himself, Potro gets his brows plucked, and Blake wears what looks like a pretty expensive wig. Of all the men in the cast, only Joey is, at least initially, unwilling to participate to that extent. He keeps saying that the other men are taking it too seriously, but he's got it all backwards. The other men are having more fun. He's the one taking it seriously. Eventually, Angelina offers to do Joey's makeup for him, but he repeatedly declines and only accepts the offer after it comes from Chloe, not Angelina. In response, Angelina vents to Trina about the situation, but I don't remember anything she says because I'm distracted by Trina's incredible outfit. When it's time for the drag competition to begin, it's even better than I'd hoped. Pauly D, via his voiceover, introduces the runway category as beat faces, and tucked balls. 2 phrases I never thought I'd have the pleasure of hearing Pauly D say. First, we meet James as Sandy Crack. Her talent is dry humping Karime and being really good at walking in heels. Next is Ricardo as as Rebecca Aquafina. Again, really good at walking in heels. Her talent is a classic striptease. Then we meet Potro as Jasmine Khalifa. She sings opera, Move Over, Monet Exchange. Then there's Blake as Blake Lively. She's the only one who struggles to walk in her heels, but she's also the only one who does a dip on the runway. Then there's Johnny as Jonina. She sings an original song to Bethan. And finally, there's Joey as Angelina Essex. Compared to the other men who fully embrace the night and wear dresses, heels, wigs, makeup, etc., Joey looks like a real stick in the mud. He wears a pink tank top, a pussycat wig, and a feather boa, and beyond that, just dresses like himself. And even the pink tank top, I'm pretty sure, just came out of his own closet. Anyway, Angelina's talent is kissing Chloe, which, of course, infuriates the real Angelina. The episode ends here, with Angelina and the rest of the cast growing increasingly irritated at Joey's antics. Also, he knocks down the whole runway set. The next episode seems like it's going to focus pretty heavily on the triangle between Joey, Angelina, and Chloe, potentially culminating in Angelina throwing a drink at Chloe. After, it seems like the cast may be picking new teammates? But my guess is that either Angelina or Chloe is going to be removed from the show in response to their conflict. Like I said, Angelina throws a drink on Chloe, which used to not be that big a deal on a reality TV show, but is taken a lot more seriously now, as it should be. Later, we see Chloe shove Angelina, or almost shove Angelina. So I think either one of them could be in trouble with production. We also saw way back in the full season trailer that somebody does get a new teammate at some point during the season. So my guess is that it's either Joey or Potro in response to the fight between Angelina and Chloe. Thanks for watching. Come back next Tuesday for another All-Star Shore recap. And in the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Also, if you like to read, you can check out my weekly write-ups about the Challenge USA on dvrzar.com, and those also go up every Tuesday. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.
Sandy Crack! Sandy. Walk the runway and walk back. She got the shoulders of Mount Everest, the legs of a giraffe,